See, if I want to grow and evolve spiritually, I have to take my projection off of them and own and embrace that part of myself.
We have to be lovers of humanity. We have to be lovers of ourselves, and even seek to love that which our ego or our mental perception would say, you know what, I can't love that.
I'm a phony bitch. Now the question is, how am I going to love myself being a phony bitch?
Go within and embrace it anyway.
And even as I say this, they're probably going to bleep me out because nobody can bear that they might be a phony bitch. So then they've got to shut me down, and we all have to pretend like we're not that. People get confused in this conversation because they'll say, well, I'm not a murderer or I'm not a rapist. But I would say, find out what kind of person would be a murderer. What kind of person would be a rapist? Those are the questions that we must ask ourselves, because maybe a rapist would be somebody who's wounded or sick. We all have a wounded part of ourselves. We all have a sick part of ourselves. We all have a twisted part of ourselves. And even though we'd like to fit into the ego's ideal of being a perfect human being, we're not. We're all that there is. And when we can open our hearts and have compassion for the part of us that might murder, we have no idea that if we're capable of that, especially if we're living and watching this film. But maybe in the right or wrong circumstances, we are all capable of anything. The most beautiful, glorious act of greatness and what we would consider one of the most horrible crimes against humanity. And when we embrace all of ourselves, knowing that we're both human and that we are divine, well, voila, all of a sudden you have a whole human being, and what you feel is oneness.